Uncle Ponge, now that we are here, Mr. Postecoglou. Yo! On what is the day? On Friday, he had this quote about, be worried, you don't be like Newcastle. You know, he like, and I said here a few weeks ago. He says things. He deflects things very cleverly. Ukombele.
Champions League. Deflection, man.
You Champions League for common sense. Champions League is not a must. It's not success. Or be wary of Newcastle. Be wary of my friend Newcastle. Walikuja na ubaya.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I do disagree with how you draw those comments, because for me, he's just saying this. He's spitting the truth, and the fact of the matter is that you shouldn't really look at the top 4 as the holy grail. Then following season, you're the one
top 4 is a holy grail if you are a small team that is hoping to step up. Yeah. Let's not lie to ourselves. If the money you make from the group stages alone of Champions League is more than the money you make by winning Europa.
I do understand that.
Thank you. So please,
from a small team perspective.
Yes.
But for a guy who's looking at the bigger picture like Postecoglou,
you can't look at a bigger picture.
Sure that this is a growth process.
Sam, you can't look at the bigger picture. It's like me wanting to be 65 kilos and 95. It's a lie.
What happened to
I have to start. No, I have to start with 95 to 85. Then 85 to 80. 80 to 70. Then 70 to 65. I can't sit here and say
that 65 is where I want to be.
No, I can't sit here.
You sat here, but
I can't sit here and say no. If I'm 95 kilos, getting to 80 is not a big deal. The big deal is if I get to 65. That thing and Yanis, same was up. Now this Friday, he said, be cautionary of what can happen to you. Man, Newcastle are like, kujapa. Come.
That highline.
Kiboko. Wow. Go back with your 4. And it's something apparently Newcastle do.
Yeah.
Newcastle to Spurs every year.
Last season, 6-1.
That was 6-1.
Even earlier this season, but Spurs
it was under Christian Stellini. It was under Christian Stellini that was far ahead. But Tottenham got the better of Newcastle in the first leg, right?
There is no explanation.
Okay.
They were just like Noah Beach famously told me in an interview. They were gotten. Walipatikana. Tuseme tu hivyo.
Okay, yes, it's the truth.
Walipatikana.
They were.
Van der Veen alikula mchanga vizuri jana.
Yes, and he did.
Chances.
Of course, okay, we know that Postecoglou can never change his style.
Yes.
Just as Vincent Kompany and Craig Bellamy.
And I admire that he will play 0-9-1 and that's it.
Yeah, so if you're on the side that is going to blame the manager for failing to adapt, then probably he's going to tell you sorry. But on a Tottenham perspective, yesterday I think that everything was wrong with them. They didn't show the hunger, first of all. Even looking at the first goal, Anthony Gordon shouldn't be getting the better of Destiny Udogie for that ball, and him going ahead and laying off to Alexander Isak. So physically they were not there. I felt like even mentally they were not there on the pitch. Bissouma, he felt isolated in the middle of the park. And tactically they weren't the best. Because, 73% possession, you have it. But you know how Newcastle play, and you know that they're going to attack you and they're going to have that press. So it's 27% for Newcastle. He looked so good. So it's just a learning process again for Ange Postecoglou, knowing that even Aston Villa Island great in the race for top 4. And so it's something that they should learn from. They shouldn't be...
Let's stay there. Let's stay there with top 4. Let's stay there with top 4. So what happens now? What do you think happens now?
Well, I know. Tottenham, they have a bad run of fixtures coming up. They have to play Arsenal. They have to play
Liverpool.
City. Yeah.
In that order, actually.
Yeah, but they finish off the season with Burnley and Sheffield United. So I'm banking on the fact that Aston Villa too.
Yes.
They have some tough fixtures left, and also they look vulnerable, especially this time of the season. So I will bet that Tottenham will finish in the top 4 ahead of Aston Villa.
Aha! Now on the flip side. Yeah. We must give marks to a man who got a lot of fire early on this season, but he has gotten the team slowly back to where maybe it should be.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because we expected a drop off from last season.
Yes, yeah. And also when you look at it, you're like, maybe that's about right, given everything he's dealt with this year. I think you have to give credit to Eddie Howe.
Yes, he's worked with what he has.
Yeah.
And not complained too much and not given all the reasons for
being delusional. He's not being delusional at all to the media.
And also even having a player like Isak. I think Isak has stepped up this season.
But one question, do you think Isak will stay long at Newcastle?
No. Okay, I don't think he will, because I don't believe that Newcastle are going to be this kind of luxurious place that every top striker would want to join. So they will always, of course, be takers.
There was the argument that maybe Newcastle need to sell someone because of FFP and stuff, and it was either him or Guimaraes.
Yes. And both of them still could leave.
Because of that whole new thing. But I thought we should give props to Eddie. I think he's recovered nicely.
Yeah, I think in the last 4 games he's won 3.
Yes.
He won 3 and drew 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been a good run. Of course, it does help that sometimes you're getting some of the players who are out injured. The Harvey Barnes are coming back. The Joe Murphys are coming back into the side. And also just how you adapt. Like yesterday, he played with the back 3. It wasn't complete.
Because yesterday I actually went to look, after the game I went to look at the list of players who are missing. And I was like, what? Almiron, Botman, Joe Linton, Lascelles, Miley, Nick Pope, Target, Tonali, who with his betting things, Kieran Trippier, Joe Willock, Callum Wilson. I was like, and he's fought his way back to 6th.
And he's found stability.
I was like, he has done well. I was like, I think he has. I think we should give him props. So that's him.
Yeah, so that goes against what I had said earlier, because I thought that probably they are going to have
I don't think they can. I think they have to keep him one way or the other.
Yes.
Let's